The West Range. That's trying to get a better look at Cottonwood Gas Ranch, sweating as his mom's car rumbled. For what? For what? Why are we on vacation in the middle of nowhere? He rumbled. He flicked his thumb across his smartphone screen. The map doesn't even get a signal. To take a break from all that, Zach's mom replied. She reached over, grabbed his phone from his hand, and lowered the window. Smell that? That fresh air out there. That's nature. The next morning, Zach went to his first horseback riding lesson. As one of the beginners, he started by learning the parts of the house and saddle. He also learned how not to get stomped on, chomped on. The riding instructors made riding seem easy, but Zach's horse didn't so. His mouth had other ideas. He had huge teeth and muscle like marble. He would not obey Zach's commands. The afternoon's hike was a relief, but even so, Zach felt stopped you as now here near as fun as a real ride through the desert. Would he ever be able to do that? The next day, Zach was dragging his feet back toward the stables when a tall African-American man walked by. "All right, where are my beginners?" he boomed. Zach blinked. A black cowboy working as a ranch hand in New Mexico. "The name's Smith," the man said, giving Zach a wink. "Saddled up." Zach leaped into action, but by the end of the class, it was clear he was not keeping up. The other beginners were chatting, while Zach could barely direct Gizmo wondering. "Why don't we spend a little time with Gizmo one-on-one?" Mitch suggested. Zach blushed. "That's okay," he mumbled. "Horseback riding isn't really my thing. That's a lot of money." Mitch replied and slipped a cigar cup into Zach's hand. Cigar's the first secret to cowboying, he joked. "Keep your palm flat. Now." Gizmo gobbled up the cigar cup as fast as a jackrabbit. Zach grinned. Mitch smiled back, then fixed Zach's posture, moved his knee, and told him to loosen his grip on the reins. "You in charge of the horse," he said. "Always remember that." Slowly, Zach took Gizmo for a walk around the pen. This time, the horse followed his lead. "Now that's what I'm talking about. You're a natural," Mitch said, smiling. Zach took 3 more loops around the pen, a little faster each time. Then suddenly Gizmo got spooked by a rabbit, and Mitch had to grab the reins. By the time Zach dismounted, his leg was shaking. "I might not be cut out of this ranch stuff," he sighed. Mitch chuckled. "It's true. For more than 100 years, black cowboys found a special kind of freedom out here in the West. Sometimes they had to do the dirtiest work, but still they kept on. They proved themselves and rode with the other cowboys, white, Mexican, Native Americans, you name it. All of them were equals out under the desert sky. Only that morning, Zach has believed there was no place for him in the cowboy story of the West. Suddenly, everything was different. "Thank you," he whispered. "No problem, Bert," Mitch said. The rest of the week, the only thing Zach could think and talk about was riding. He had a goal now to ride in the castle drive. He knew he was not ready yet to learn to lasso or barrel ride, But he also knew if he kept on, like Mitch had said, he won't be able to prove himself. He started skipping the afternoon activities to practice. At night, he wrote Gizmo in his room. That didn't stop his nerves, of course. The morning of the cattle drive, he noticed all the sharp cutty, the rocks that confused Gizmo. Ready? Bart asked Mitch. You bet. Zach replied, squaring his shoulders, and then they were off. At first, Zach's counting was a back straight, knees up and eyes ahead. All around him rode the range hand and other requests. Plenty of them were also beginners. Zach and Gizmo trotted confidently through the scrub. They weren't galloping, but they were keeping pace. When they reached the herd, the cattle seemed unsure where to do. Just like the guest, Zach glanced at his mount. How did the cattle drive work exactly? The cowboy knew. Mitch and the other range hands interrupted the herd and began pushing them toward fresh grazing land. The quest caught on quickly. Though cowboying turned out to be hot, sweaty, dirty work, it was challenging, keeping track of the cattle and Gizmo at the same time. Still, that had never had so much fun. The night at the campfire, he collapsed beside his mom and cried. Best day ever. You were great out there, he said, smiling proudly. You want to see? She dug into her pocket, and out came to the last item that expected, his phone. Photo after photo showed that and his horse, the land and the castle, but the photo was stealing that away from the here and now beneath the startly sky. The ranch hands sang cowboy songs. That turned and popped a marshmallow into his mouth. Thanks, Mom, he said. But you know what? Right now I don't want to be anywhere but here.